when I walked around the Louvre, my favorite subject, and it's quite an obvious subject when walking around the Louvre, is Napoleon. Just seems to be like every 10th painting or whatever, but there's always something striking about. There was always Napoleon. It was just so good, like peak France, as it were. But even stuff which isn't, say, in the Louvre, Napoleon at Brienne by Jacques Gaston, I believe. Or and obviously then there's the famous one of him crossing the Alps by Jacques Louis David, and they're all called Jack. It's France, I guess. But my actual trivial fact: do you know the famous one of him? Napoleon crossing the Alps. He's on a white horse that's rearing.
Yeah.
That the horse was actually bred in Ireland.
Was
And
it?
because all during the Napoleonic
Fascinating.
Wars, etc., everyone just got their horses from Ireland because they were like the most famous and reputable breeders at the time. So
That's fascinating. I know. Well, I mean, David also painted one of my favorite paintings, which has got a very different message on Napoleon. Have you seen Bonaparte Before the Sphinx?
yeah,
Yeah. So what I love about that is it's him coming to terms with what will become of him, or what becomes of any ruler, any dynasty. And in the background you've got the battle raging on, which shows that real life's continuing, but Napoleon's having this almost existential moment where he's looking at what the remains of a once great, now crumbling empire looks like, and it will happen to him. And he realizes it. He seems mesmerized, but I love it.
Actually, while we're on Napoleon trivia facts, one of my favorite is that after the Battle of Waterloo, the Duke of Wellington managed to get his hands upon the statue that a French sculptor did of Napoleon, depicting him as a demigod. And he managed to get it. I don't know how he got it, but then he put it as a cloak hanger in his London townhouse. So anytime any guests came on, they could hand their cloak upon this statue of Napoleon of this acted as a demigod. Just like
How very,
petty British humor.
how very British.
So that's one area of British history, Waterloo, to probably one of the most famous of which you've talked about is Magna Carta. What is it, and why should we know about it?
Oh, great question. Why should we know about it? Because there's an argument, a very strong argument, that says it is the founding document for modern human rights and modern democracy. Now, some would challenge that and go further to Cyrus the Great. Some go back to the Sassanid Empire and say that Cyrus the Great was the first person who created modern human rights. Now, the reason for that is that he allowed freedom of religious expression. He, in fact, built the temple in Jerusalem. He rebuilt it, and I think Jewish religion still to this day in parts of the Torah will mention Cyrus the Great as as a special figure, elevated to beyond the stance of humans. But the Magna Carta in particular is important because it was a moment where in then England, the king's authority was challenged and successfully, and power was put into the hands of knights. And although that didn't change anything for day-to-day citizens, democracy is a path, and different parts of history and different countries at different parts of history at different points on that path. But it was a critical path where power was taken away, well, not taken away, but distributed from one sole sovereign to many others. And you could say that it was the moment that ignited the process that eventually ended with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and plenty of, and the modern legal system. But it basically endowed rights upon subjects that previously hadn't existed.
So then when people say that Britain invented democracy, are they alluding to Magna Carta there, or are they thinking about other things?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'd ask them back. I'd say, what do you mean by that question? I would say it's subjective. As I've said, Persians have a good claim to have created democracy. You could argue many things for where democracy started, and you can even then say, what is democracy? I mean, do you define it simply? There are different democratic systems around the world at the moment. Is it one person, one vote? Is it proportional representation? Is it constituency, states, federal? I mean, it's a difficult question, and one that I don't have the answer for.
So with your page, you dedicate a lot of time to art, history, and philosophy. Is there a connecting link that you see between those three things, or do you view them as three independent things of which you draw from and then make videos and information about?
Really good question. I think that they are independent but interlinked. I personally, why my account is called History, Art, Philosophy is it has been for a number years since I started. But in reality, I think they are just sources where inspiration can come from, and inspiration isn't limited to any one discipline. I think you can get it from a bird landing on a tree, or a lovely poem. Literature isn't mentioned, or photography, or cinema. I mean, the options are endless, and that's before you go into human to human interactions and every person's lived experience. But I think they are three beacons that I will turn to, and which will always inevitably, sometimes with a lot of effort, lead to some sort of momentary enlightenment. I should stress here that I'm no expert in the slightest. I have a lot to learn, um, but I find they are, to the second part of your question, they are also interlinked. Um, a great example of this is the Great Wave off of Can. I'll give you two examples. Is that all right?
Yeah, please do.
So, so Caspar David Friedrich, in his painting "The Monk Before the Sea," wonderful painting. Look it up. It's this solitary monk standing before the vastness of the ocean and the grey clouds, and he's on a cliff edge, and that is Kant's sublime. You know, that's Kantian. That's Kant's description of the sublime, a human coming to terms with the sublime, not the beautiful. And there you've got the link into that sort of aesthetic philosophy. Uh, but then you've got The Great Wave off of Kanagawa by Katsushika Hokusai. And you look at that and it's beautiful, but you see individual tiny human people which are part of the scene. And then you look into, well, why is that the case? Why in one do you have A Monk Before the Sea, where the monk is sort of, in a way, central despite the vastness of the sublime? And in the other, the humans are sort of, to a degree, afterthoughts. You can then go a step deeper and say, well, there could be a religious or philosophical reason for that. In the Western world, Christianity, which has been the foundation of much of the Western world, you could argue, is based on the individual personal relationship between you and God. And then if you add on top of that humanism, the rights of the individual, we becoming I, you can understand why the individual is central. If you look at Japanese culture, and you look at those that have been influenced by Buddhism, in Japan, Zen Buddhism in particular, there is no self. That is one of the core marks of existence, anatta, no self. There is nothing that is permanent. You are part of a collective and there is no you. Everything is flowing. So it's no wonder that you have the people as afterthoughts. So you see how you can begin to sort of tie dots together. And that's before we even get into the fact that maybe there's no religious background for it whatsoever. For example, that there could be a very geographically based one. So in the West, it's not very wet. You can grow wheat. In the East, Southeast Asia, it typically is wetter. So you grow rice. Rice requires vast irrigation systems, which means you need the whole community to come together, whereas wheat is a relatively less community intensive activity. So you've got those reasons as well. The many, the individual, the religious emphasis, the relationship with an individual relationship with God. You can just keep going. So, I mean, they are interlinked. Sorry, I rambled on there a bit.